Hey guys, before we get into this video, I wanted to let you know that I have a brand new live stream podcast operating on the DLive platform. And this is my dashboard right here. If you've missed any of the previous podcasts, you can go down here to replays. I have 7 of them and you can check out pretty much how it goes. I'm going to have, in the future, I'm going to have call-ins, and the chat room is always lively and it's like we're a family over there. I want to invite you to come over and follow. It's absolutely free and you'll love the platform. I'm going to leave a link in the description and in the pinned comment for you. This video is brought to you by the censorship-hating crew over at Night Solar. This brand new ultra-bright wireless flashlight with motion detectors makes it super easy to light up all the dark spots in your yard. You can install it anywhere because it's wireless, and you never need to worry about buying batteries for it because it's solar powered with a high-powered battery storage pack and frickin' bright LED lights. Don't spend hundreds of dollars on floodlights. Go to nightsolar.com and get 52% off with free shipping. The link's in the description. Okay guys, this is a very important video, and it's ridiculous that I have to do a disclaimer like this, but I am not a medical professional and this is not medical advice. You have to do what's right for you. If you type in something like COVID-19 testing, you'll get pretty close to what I've got here up on my screen. It'll give you actual testing centers that are in your area. Now, it's very important, if you've been paying attention, the government wants you tested. It's very important for them to get you tested for some reason. It's important for the experts to get you tested. If you look anywhere on mainstream media, they want you tested. If you do just a regular Google search for COVID-19 testing, look at the first thing that came up for me was Australia coronavirus, Army to start door-to-door COVID-19 testing in Victoria after spike in cases. For us not to expect that to happen in the United States, or for you not to expect it somewhere in your country, is sticking your head in the sand. By the numbers, the state of COVID-19 testing, look at this, mass COVID-19 testing blitz underway in Melbourne. This is going to be happening all over the place. They're going to require that you take the test. Already, we've seen that businesses are requiring employees to take a test before they can come back to work. You don't take a test, well, you don't get to work. So I wanted to go over this video real quick. It's only a minute and 58 seconds. We're not even going to watch the whole thing, but I want to show you something very important that we all need to know about the RT-PCR test. That's the reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction test. Listen to this.
Canadians are landing in emergency rooms asking if they have COVID-19.
Blue will be at top. Okay.
The University Health Network showed us what happens next, minus the wait.
Hi, so we have a patient with a positive screen named Christine.
The screener shares symptoms and travel history with a nurse who prepares to take a look.
Now the person that's being screened is supposed to sit about 2 meters from other people that are in the waiting room.
Hi, Christine.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Cherry. I'm one of the nurses here. You can please follow me.
More questions followed by a quick exam.
So we're going to do your blood pressure.
The information then gets passed on to the doctor.
She or he will decide whether to do a swab or not to test for COVID.
After a quick check, the ER doctor makes the call. A nasal swab goes down the throat or up through the nose.
So if you
Now, I want to remind you of something. The hospitals are incentivized to give this test, and they're incentivized by the Medicare payment system. According to this right here, CMS releases Medicare payment rates for COVID-19 tests. They range from, the hospital makes $42 to $51 per test. And they're talking about making 100 million tests available every single month. Somebody somewhere is making a lot of money, and all you have to do is follow the money.
can pull down your mask.
Okay.
Am I swabbing?
I've never had this done before.
Yes, it's startling, but it's over in a moment.
That's it. It's all done.
The results take 24 hours, but doctors urge people not to just show up in hospital.
We need to be very careful about is not overburdening the departments so that we can still look after the very sick people.
Staff are also preparing for those scenarios.
We also have been really running drills on the worst case scenario, which is that if a patient comes in with COVID-19 and is in a cardiac arrest situation.
If we could get some intubation medications.
It's a mannequin, but in case you missed it, it exhaled, spraying workers like a patient. Afterwards, UV light reveals how far germs can travel.
It's stressful. Yeah, it's very stressful and anxiety provoking.
Reminding everyone, as this outbreak evolves, proper precautions must be taken by healthcare workers and patients alike.
And proper precautions need to be taken by everybody to guard themselves against any kind of propaganda. Another thing that I wanted to point out at the very last part of this video, listen to what they say about these tests.
The FDA has also approved a few rapid PCR-based tests that give results in less.
This right here is the Abbott Labs test that was unboxed by President Donald Trump in front of the Abbott Labs representative. Follow the money.
Less than an hour. At least initially, these rapid tests were reserved for triaging patients in hospitals and for testing healthcare workers. Now that the production of these tests has ramped up further.
The production of these tests. Key bono. Who benefits? Who benefits from all this testing? And if you get a test, will you know for sure if you really have COVID-19 or not? Let's explore that real quick, guys. This right here is the Minnesota Department of Health page. And I'm just going to read you a couple things on here, and we're going to take a look at one more thing, and we have to ask ourselves some questions about these tests. This is the rapid IgM and IgG SARS-CoV-2 tests. Current laboratory testing for COVID-19 and its causative pathogen SARS-CoV-2 involves using real-time reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction, or RT-PCR, in upper or lower respiratory tract samples. This testing is currently available through the Minnesota Department of Health. This is not just regulated to the Minnesota Department of Health. This is relegated to anybody who uses the RT-PCR test. We're specifically talking about the reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction test. But here are some testing concerns. Not just for Minnesota Department of Health, but for everybody who's going to take this test. MDH has specific concerns regarding the use of serological tests in the diagnosis and management of COVID-19. Okay, so what are those specific concerns? Negative results do not rule out SARS-CoV-2 infection, particularly in those who may be pre-symptomatic or immunocompromised. Negative results do not rule out SARS-CoV-2 infection. So what is that saying? If you have a negative test result, you don't really know if you got it or not. It doesn't rule. Negative results do not rule out COVID-19 infection. Okay, so what about the positive results? Positive results may be due to past or present infection with non-SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus strains. What is that telling you? You could have had an infection in the past or an infection in the present, maybe even brought on by a vaccination. And if you had it in the past, you could test positive for SARS-CoV-2 and not even have it. They even say, for example, representing cross-reactivity with other common non-COVID-19 human coronaviruses. You could have had a strain of some virus and it's going to throw a positive result. Thus, what mainstream media has been telling us, 80% false positive. If you get an 80% failure in anything, it's not a good idea to take it or do it. If you have an 80% chance of failing in your business, it's not worth taking that risk. If you don't at least have a 50-50 chance, why would you even go into that business venture? If you have an 80% chance of throwing a false positive where they don't know if you have it or not, yeah, you tested positive for it, but this could be a strain of a coronavirus that you had in the past, and you could have even gotten that coronavirus infection by way of vaccination, a vaccination that you had in the past. So a negative test result doesn't tell you if you got it or not, and a positive result doesn't tell you if you got it or not. So basically what they're saying by their own words is the COVID-19 test results cannot be relied on 100% of the time, whether you throw a negative or a positive. This isn't me saying this. This is them saying this. Positive results may be due to past or present infection with non-SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus strains. You can throw a positive and not even have it. You can throw a negative and you don't know if you got it or not. Now, I just want to leave you with this one last thing right here. This is taken from Reddit, so take it with a grain of salt. I do not know if this is true or not. I can't verify this, but this is very interesting. It says, I have to get this off my chest. I'm a healthcare worker with some oversight of 2 nursing homes in Maryland. An associate of one of the nursing homes called me one day to let me know that she was contacted by Governor Larry Hogan's COVID task force team and that mandatory testing for all patients and staff was required and wanted to set up a time to come test everyone. Get ready, guys. This isn't just going to be relegated to nursing homes. It's not just relegated to Australia. They want everybody tested for some reason. My associate told the gentleman on the phone that we had no positive cases and it wasn't necessary to come and test. The man on the phone snickered and said, "You don't have it yet, but you will." She set up the time for testing, much to her dismay. She immediately called to relay this information about her convo because I was already seeing a pattern of the spread of COVID based on testing. I told her not to let them in the facility, but we were powerless as they sent the National Guard. We did the testing and had multiple positives of patients and staff right off the bat, despite having 0 cases or sick patients prior. Within days, that's within days of the testing, patients were getting severely sick and dying, practically wiped out one whole unit in our facility. So before the testing, they were fine. According to this person, after the testing, people were dropping dead or getting severely sick. The almost identical situation happened at my other facility. 0 cases, mandatory testing, unexpected positives, people dying. Like I said, I don't know if this is true or not, but I do know one thing. According to the Minneapolis Department of Health, if you get a negative result or a positive result, you still don't know if you have COVID-19. These aren't my opinions. These are what you can pull up on the internet. As a matter of fact, I will leave this link in the description and in the pinned comment for you so you can read this for yourself. They're going to make 100 million of these tests every single month. They're actually thinking about ramping it up and having people test every single day. They're actually throwing the idea on the table that you have to test every single day before you go into work. If you test positive, you can't work that day. And mainstream media already admits that it throws 80% false positives. Just throwing that out there, guys. Share this video with everybody you know. If you want to support this channel, one of the best ways you can support it is by liking this video and sharing it with everybody you know everywhere you can on social media. I'm combating corporate censorship. They have billions. I don't. They can easily get out their message. I can't, so I depend on you. If you want to support this channel further, the Patreon, PayPal, Bitcoin, and Subscribe Star links are in the description below, or you can grab one of these hard-hitting, conversation-starting shirts from the shirt store. Your purchase helps me produce more content. Don't forget, take a second right now and subscribe to me over on my DLive channel. I'm live streaming my podcast exclusively on the DLive platform. And guys, I'm telling you, you're going to love it over there. I'll also leave that link in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored, shadow banned, and now 100% fully demonetized video.